Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Thursday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Sorry it's a little late tonight. It was one of those days that definitely squeezed more out of me than I squeezed out of the day. It was one of those days for sure. Nunu, what is up? How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. It's a really good live I'm gonna do tonight. Great subject. I think I had a breakthrough today. But yeah, it was one of those. It was a rough day. It's been a rough afternoon, rough evening for sure. Anyway, let's get into it. So, sometimes, you know, sometimes you sit down and you think to yourself, I really want to give a helping hand. Like I want to help somebody. Like I just feel like I'm blessed and I want to help somebody. Maybe, right? And you really just kind of don't know who to help, and you're thinking, well, I don't know anybody who needs help, or nobody really is loud enough to say I need help, or I don't really feel comfortable asking people. So you feel like, well, then you let it go, right? It becomes to a point where you're like, well, I can't really help anybody anyway. What am I going to do, right? Well, today I was talking to somebody, and at the same time this afternoon, it's just like one of those days, I was thinking about something that Ray Higdon says. And he says this, and I think I had a breakthrough because the way I interpret it, I think it's really powerful. So he says, and if you don't know who Ray Higdon is, he's one of the probably one of the most brilliant trainers in the network marketing space. So he's just brilliant, right? B Money, what is up? How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. So well, he has this saying that he says, and like I said, today it's been one of those days, but I think I had a breakthrough. And he says, help, if you don't know who to help the person you used to be. Now think about that for a second. Help the person you used to be, right? Well, who did you used to be? Well, I'm going to pause for a second. In a way, if you've gone through all kinds of crap in your life, let's say, if you've gone through divorce, bankruptcy, foreclosure, you've gone through repo, you've gone through divorce, I said that already, you've gone through breakups, you've gone through loss of a job, homelessness, disease, anything and anything, if you've gone through all this stuff, child abuse, spousal abuse, parental abuse, any kind of, if you've gone through all that stuff and you've made it, and you're stronger than you used to be, you are a better person than you used to be, then that's the person you need to help. You see that? See, if you overcame child abuse, let's say, and if you overcame, if I just thought of something really significant, if you overcame child abuse, if you overcame any kind of a trouble in your life, if you got a story to tell, right? If you survived, there are people out there that want to hear that story. That story is supposed to inspire them, move them. I've said this often, and you've heard this before. If you're new to my lives, welcome, welcome. But if you're a vet to my lives, if you would, I've said this many, many, many times, right? Totally thread. I told you I've had one of those days today, and my train of thought completely went off. But here's what you gotta think about, right? This is what I say often. Stories are meant to be shared, not stored. Why would you store a story that needs to be shared, that needs to be told, that is is part of your life because you're supposed to tell it, and you're supposed to tell the story how you got out of it. See, it's no good if you're just stuck in it, in the crap, and you're like, well, let me tell the story. Nobody will want to hear that story because you haven't made it through. That would be complaining and blaming. That's how that story would be unfolding. But if you're actually telling this story, how you got out of it, that's going to inspire somebody. That's the person you need to help. And I was thinking about that today, and I got so many different stories, so many different people I can help, right? I was thinking about that today. But isn't that your purpose? Wouldn't your purpose be finding out why you're here? And if part of that is you got to help the person you used to be, isn't that your purpose? I thought that's so powerful today. I thought about that, and I'm thinking, sometimes we're stuck in situations, or sometimes we're experiencing tough times, right? It's no bueno. It's no good to sit there and surrender to tough times and surrender to, right? That's no bueno. To survive, to thrive, to get out, to conquer, that's worth talking about. That's worth sharing. And guaranteed, that's going to make someone's life brighter just to hear that story, that maybe you're a cancer survivor. Why would you keep that a secret? When you run into people that are going through that, why wouldn't you tell them, hey, look at me. I'm a cancer survivor. There's hope. Hope. Isn't that your purpose? Think about that. Your purpose may be to help the person you used to be. And I think that's so powerful. It's so simply overlooked, right? I mean, it's so simple. That's why I love Ray. It's so simple, but yet so impactful and just powerful that you got to help the person you used to be. Hey, maybe you're a single mom, broke, and went through hell, but made it. Maybe you started something, a business, or maybe you got a job, you got whatever. You hustled, right? And you made it, and you're well again. Why would people not want to hear that story? How many more single moms like that would want to hear that story, that somebody like them did it in whatever it may be, right? Wouldn't that be considered your purpose? To help the person you used to be. And if you're a work in progress like I am, if you're under construction, because I feel like I am under major construction. If you're under construction, and if you are work in progress, you're working on yourself, okay? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. But if you're not working on yourself, if you're not a work in progress, if you gave up on everything else, and you're just a blamer and a complainer and right, then you can't help anybody. You know why? Because you haven't become a new person that can talk about that old person and say how I got out of it, and here I am, look at me now, right? If you're going through that, and if you're stuck in that zone, and if you're not willing to pull yourself out, do things that would get you out of it, then, right? Like I said, I'm going through some stuff, and like it was a tough day today, tough evening, tough afternoon, but what good is it gonna do if I sit at this table and just moan and blame and complain? And don't get me wrong, I'm mad, I'm angry, and I'm hurt, and this and that, all that. But at the end of the day, I gotta work on that to be able to help that person that I used to be, that I can actually say I used to be that. Wouldn't it be horrible to say, oh, I am still that after months or days or weeks or however long it takes? But wouldn't it be sad to say that instead of saying, I used to be that, and here's what I did, here's how I did it, and here's how it's worked out for me? Wouldn't that be considered your purpose? So the next time you want to, and this is all of us, one of the major things I was thinking about today, not all I was thinking about, but one of the major things is that if that's really the case, shouldn't I work on myself more so I can be a better person, and I can free up all this, let's call it pain or dirt or crap that is just kind of blocking me from progression, from moving forward, from just blossoming into a new person, right? So wouldn't I have to work on that? Work on that, on me, so that I can be a better person in helping that person I used to be, right? That's one of a major category. If you focus on that, right? Let's say I stutter, and I focus on just helping people who stutter, right? Because I used to really bad, right? So hopefully you got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. A lot of you guys send me chats and messages, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I feed off it, so don't stop. Share the love if you would. If you feel like you got some love, tag a couple people, share it on your wall. Do what you gotta do. Spread the love, and definitely want to know, hey, what do you think about this? Is this your purpose? Helping the person you used to be? And who did you used to be? Or are you working on being a used to be, I guess, if that makes sense, right? So share those thoughts with us. Drop it in the comments below. Let the feed grow. I appreciate you guys. And remember, if you share, you show that you care. Until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Much love.